What I'd like to do is show you the parts of a sterndrive. There's lots of videos on YouTube, but no one seems to show you the whole catastrophe. If people talk about the Y pipe, that's this pipe along here. So your exhaust flows down there and then out through the transom into your exhaust and down through the hub. This particular application had through hull exhausts, so the previous owners blanked them off with aluminium plates. Normal setup, your exhaust flows through there. The steering mechanism is connected at the top via this drag link and this lever here. If you've got slop in the steering, it's the back of that lever there and you have to replace the bush. To do that involves pulling the whole catastrophe. Okay, from the transom plate that's inside the boat, that space there would normally be taken up by the transom. It's connected by 8 bolts or dowels connected into this. To remove these and replace them with new ones, you may need to use heat. I've found the easiest way to do it is run a weld onto the bolt. The localised heat comes down into the aluminium, frees it up easier. You're not using a blowtorch and doing any other damage. That's your so-called transom assembly on the outside. What that does, there's a pivot point here at the top. That's where your steering lever goes. Typically, if you've got water coming into the boat, it'll be because that bush, which fits up in there, is worn and allows water to enter the boat. They're steel and they do rust away. So there's a pin at the top and a pin at the bottom. That facilitates your turning. Then you have your gimbal ring. Now the gimbal ring fits onto that top and bottom, and then it pivots here on these so that the leg can go up and down, in and out. Very simple. Your dreaded bellows are up inside, in there. Not a big deal to replace. To pull the drive, undo these 6 screws. Once you undo those 6 screws, that drive assembly will pull away and the input shaft and all will come out with it. If you want to remove the lower leg, same setup as an outboard. 3 bolts this side, 3 bolts that side. You might find there's a hidden one down in here and one up in here or down that way. Check your manual, that just slides straight off. These drives are simply a right angle drive there and a right angle drive there. That's all they are. There's no mystery to them. This particular one's a TR2, similar size to a Bravo, swings up to a 20-inch prop for larger applications. Once you understand that you've got 3 components, your leg, your gimbal housing, forget about gimbal bearing, everybody seems terrified of them, it's just a bearing. I'll show you one in a second. There's your gimbal bearing. Nothing special about that. Buy another one, replace it. To pull them out, use a slide hammer. Some of the new ones turn. Check your manual before you start. And here we have your universal joints and your input shaft. This is inside the boat. Imagine you're inside the boat. This piece here is what connects onto the back of your flywheel. With a TR2 leg, it fits onto the back of the gearbox. So that's how it works. That uni joint will take up any turn left or right, or any tilt up or down. Once that's in the boat, this is all sealed with a Sikaflex or similar unit, so no water can leak in there. Your exhaust flows out here. The 2 pipes for your trim and tilt rams go down into that cavity. Remember, that's sealed up, watertight, and come out underneath. So if you wonder where they disappear to, unbolt that. There's just 2 hoses in the top. Till next time, safe boating.